delicious, but they're usually really highish. They're usually really high in sugar and calories. So today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious copycat of the Snickers bar, but the healthy way. No guilt and still delicious. So without further ado, let's jump into the ingredients. For today's recipe, we're gonna need 2 unflavored rice cakes, about 90 grams of sugar-free chocolate. I'm gonna be using dark chocolate, but if you want to use milk chocolate or chocolate with sugar, you can go ahead and replace it with that. 8 dates, about 5 tablespoons of almond butter. This is lower in calorie and carbs than peanut butter, but again, if you want to use peanut butter, you can go ahead. And about 1/3 of a cup of unsalted peanuts. With this recipe, we're going to be making 6 Snickers bars. This is gonna be super easy and fun to make. First thing we're gonna do is to cut our rice cake. So we have our rice cakes over here, and we're gonna be cutting them into thirds. I recommend you to use a knife that has teeth because it will make it easy to cut the rice cakes. Really gently, you're gonna start going back and forward with your knife, and again, I say gently because otherwise your rice cake will fall apart. So, back and forward and very little pressure. And go all the way down till you break your piece. Just like that. I'm gonna cut my second piece, and again, we're cutting this into thirds. And you should be left with 3 pieces looking like this. I'm gonna cut my other rice cake the same way, and I'll show you what to do next. Once we cut our rice cakes, we're gonna get the rest of our ingredients ready to assemble our bars. Next step will be to crush our peanuts. I'm just gonna place them onto a cutting board, and simply with a glass, we're gonna crush them to make it into little pieces. When we crush them, we want to be left with medium-sized crushed peanuts. We don't want them too small. I have crushed my peanuts, and now I'm going to transfer them into my bowl because we're going to be using our cutting board again. And now we're going to be cutting our dates. So I have my dates over here, and all we're going to be doing is to cut them into half, just like this. I love dates because they're like the natural caramel that nature has given us. They're so yummy, super sweet and healthy. I have cut my 8 dates into halves, and I'm gonna leave 6 dates cut into half, and the other 2 we're gonna cut them into quarters. So we have our cut rice cakes, crushed peanuts, cut dates, and almond butter. The only thing that we're missing is our chocolate, but we're gonna assemble this first because we want the chocolate to be as liquidy as possible to cover the bars. I have my almond butter right over here, and as you can see, there is a lot of oil at the top of my butter. So I recommend you to always give it a little stir before using your almond butter or peanut butter as well. Okay, so now that we have stirred our almond butter and it's ready to go, we're gonna grab a little bit of almond butter and spread it onto our 6 pieces of rice cake. I like to spread a little bit first, just a little bit, because we're gonna use this kind of as glue so the rest of our ingredients stick to it. So again, just a little bit, a little spread. So we have put our almond butter into our rice cakes, and next step will be to lay down our date. With your hands, simply flat them a little bit, kind of open it like this, and place 1 piece and then the next one. Depending on the size of your dates is the dates that you're gonna be putting into each piece of rice cake. I usually do 2 to 2.5. So just place them on top of your rice cake, like that. Our dates are kind of the caramel in our bar, so that's why we are layering them like this. Once that we have placed our dates, we're gonna fill it up with some more almond butter. So just give it a drizzle. And I like to place the peanut butter kind of inside of the dates. So use the dates as a little boat. We're done with the peanut butter, and now we're gonna sprinkle some peanuts onto our bars. So just grab your peanuts and sprinkle them on top of each of your bars. Peanuts give it a lot of flavor, so don't be scared of putting a lot of them. So we're almost done with our bar, guys. But we're on to the next step, which is to top them with our chocolate. For that, I'm gonna melt my chocolate and show you guys how I like to do it. Pop them into the microwave for 30 seconds. Our 30 seconds have passed, and I pull them out of the microwave, and I'm just gonna give it a little stir to help it melt faster and easier. With chocolate, you have to be really careful when you melt it in the microwave because it can burn sometimes. Now that I have stirred, I'm gonna pop it into the microwave for another 30 seconds. Out of the microwave. And I'm gonna mix it one more time to see how melted it is. We are getting there, guys, but I still have some pieces at the bottom that are not completely melted, so I'm gonna pop it one more time, but only for 15 seconds. Chocolate is fully melted, and this is how it should look. Now that we have our melted chocolate, it's time to cover our bars. So just grab one of your bars, and with your chocolate, drizzle them all over. I like to put on the sides as well to cover all of our bar. So just help yourself with the spoon. When doing this, try to do it as fast as possible so your chocolate doesn't cool down. It gets a little bit messy, but it's worth it, guys. So we have covered our bars with chocolate, and this is how they should look like, all covered up with our melted chocolate. So now we're gonna pop them into the freezer for about 30 minutes to let the chocolate cool down and harden. Our 30 minutes have passed, and I pulled my bars out of the freezer, and the chocolate has cooled down and it's all hard. I just want you to come and take a closer look to it, guys. They look delicious. Just look at it, guys. Chocolate is hard, and I'm gonna cut it in half so you guys can see the layers. Okay, let's cut it out. And look at the layers, guys. The Rice Krispie, the peanut butter, peanuts, and the date. Yum, yum. I can't wait to try them out. Snickers, please hire me for your commercials. Okay, let's try it out. It is so good, guys. You can taste the sweetness from the date, but it's not extremely overwhelmingly sweet. And then you feel the crunch from the peanuts. It balances perfectly. So good, guys. This makes a perfect snack, and you can make a few like today. Just pop them in the fridge, eat them as you go, and there you have your snack for the week. Yummy, guys. It is a guilty pleasure without the guilt, I promise. So I hope you guys liked the recipe and the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, turn on the bell notification button, and leave me a comment. If you also want to follow me on my journey, I will be linking my social media down below. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys on the next video.